radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Happy Thanksgiving. Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah. Today's Thursday, November 25th, 2021. Let's do this, man. 328 days into the new year, only 37 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of nowhere, a total undisclosed location. But it is beautiful. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States, hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black. For KJCR, the Game Changer, and UnX Networks, I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? It's Thanksgiving. All right, we're going to have us a Fader night with open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. I just rolled into the bunker. Didn't even have the lights on. I got a little remote. Right? Got a little remote. But I got the lights on. We're good to go. I've got Jolly Ranchers at the ready that I stole today. Just letting you know. I actually have more. Filled up my pockets when nobody was looking. Yeah, man. All right. Here we go. Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I was just over in the chat rooms. Hello to everybody that is over in that chat room and whatever's going on over there. Great. Happy that everyone is here. And I just posted out, and I really mean this. We all have so much to be thankful and grateful for. If you're listening to my voice right now, it means you've got things a lot of people don't have. And you're able to listen to me right now and hang out. Right there, you just stop and just say, I am thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the Fadernauts. I'm thankful for this family. We get to hang out here tonight and be friends and be family together. Puts a lump in my throat just thinking about that. You have got so much to be thankful for. And I am thankful and grateful for all of it. All right. And so this is a special night. We all get to sit here and chat and talk, and the phones are already ringing. I love that. 747-228-2051. And it's going to be just a fun night. All right. All right. Let's just move this thing right along. I want to get to phone calls quick as I can. You hear that feedback? That feedback, I listen to my cans so loud. I need them loud. So if a little crack comes out like this, it's feedback. That's how loud I get. If I get an itch and I do this, you hear that? Yeah, that's how loud these cans are. I just need, I need it. I need to the concert effect. You know what I did today, and I do this from time to time, but I did a few things today. Early on, I was getting stuff ready this morning, and I stumbled upon, it was Triumph, Rick Emmett, an interview, and then and I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch the US Festival. And I did, man. I dialed up Triumph at the US Festival, them landing in the helicopter, and I cranked it. I watched the whole thing and working. I don't know why I listened to the whole thing. Just incredible. So I need that effect. I need that loud concert effect. I wish I would have had some weed. I would have burned some weed just to get the all the senses fired up. But yeah, and then okay. So after Triumph, are you ready? Are you sitting down? I got my Van Halen T-shirt on. I promised I would wear this today. I bought this at Walmart. A pink Van Halen concert shirt. It's 1980, not 1981. I watched Amy Grant. Baby. Remember Amy Grant? I know you do. Amy Grant. And it's her birthday today. And I was it's like, man, Amy Grant. I'm going to watch me some Amy Grant. And I went back to the original video that was on MTV. Watched that. And for Baby. And then I was like, I got to catch some Amy Grant live. I watched Amy Grant on Arsenio Hall in 1991 and loved it. I watched Amy Grant 1992 on the Oprah Winfrey Show. I did. And then I found a new concert with Amy Grant. Oh, it's about 9 years old, so it would have been around 2010 or so. I'm trying to think who would. Anyway, singing Baby as an adult, and wow, she's just incredible. So that was, yeah, that's right. Van Halen shirt wearing Jimmy Church, listening to Amy Grant for about a half an hour. I did, man. I got my Amy Grant fix on. That's just such a great song. She was so powerful. Okay, so anyway, where am I at? Follow me on Twitter. I'm thankful for Amy Grant and Triumph on Thanksgiving Day. It's a new holiday tradition around here. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio, Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Today in 1983, we performed at the US Festival. There it is. Yeah. All right. Look, if you're listening to my voice right now, if you can hear my voice and I put you on hold and you go to music, don't hang up, because if you call back, you're at the back of the line. All right? I'm just letting you know. Okay. It's Thanksgiving. Come on, I don't want to work hard. I want to work less. Yeah, Triumph, man. US Festival. That was a big deal. Rick Emmett with that. I wonder what kind of guitar that was. That single cutaway with the two knobs on it and the big pickup rings. That was some handmade guitar. So there you go. All right, let's get to the breaking news. Been announcing this all week. The Observers is now available for rent on all streaming platforms. That's film number 1 releasing this month for us. Film number 2, in 5 days, our next film is in its worldwide release. That film is Extraordinary, The Revelation. It has won 4 Best Documentary awards. It has 18 official selection in film festivals around the world. It premieres this Tuesday on November 30th, 2021. I'm very proud of this film, too. I'm the narrator of this film. Yeah. All right. Okay. Earlier today, Luxor in Egypt, Luxor's Avenue of the Sphinxes finally opened as a tourist attraction. All that going down today in a ceremony filled with pomp, glitz, and star appearances. The 2-hour affair featured an appearance by Egyptian President El-Sisi before a documentary of the site was shown, and thousands of dancers, musicians, and actors paraded down the 2.7-kilometer, 3,000-year-old avenue from Karnak Temple to the Luxor Temple. Now, the televised event had LCC at the courtyard of the Luxor Temple to watch live performances, something people would have done in ancient Egypt. The ceremony is to inaugurate the area that was a part of a series of high-profile investments in Egypt's historical sites, designed to attract tourists and revive the sector struggling to bounce back from the pandemic. It was a spectacular event. Well, announced today, an additional 301 exoplanets have been confirmed, thanks to a new deep learning algorithm. The significant addition to the ledger was made possible by the ExoMiner Deep Neural Network. You should see the pictures of this thing, which was created using data from NASA's Kepler spacecraft and its follow-on, the K2. It uses the space agency's supercomputer called the Pleiades and is capable of deciphering the difference between real exoplanets and false positives. The newly confirmed planets, which orbit distant stars in the universe, brings the total of confirmed exoplanets to 4,870. There's about another 5,000 waiting to be confirmed. So the number is around 10,000 as of today. Now, this is a Thanksgiving feel-good story for all of you, okay? This is the Thanksgiving feel-good story for all of you. Are you ready for this? Check this out. An Indian man in India who had been declared dead and placed in a morgue freezer this past Friday. That's right. Was discovered alive by his family the next day. Shrikesh Kumar, 45 years old, was in critical condition after he was hit by a motorcycle in Moradabad, the local press there reported. Upon arrival at a private medical facility, he was declared dead and transported to a government hospital. The next day, his sister-in-law, Bala, said when she was feeling his cheek, the body, she noticed his skin felt warm after coming out of the freezer, and then discovered he was breathing. An investigation is currently underway to determine how the doctors declared him dead. That's a man that is thankful today. All right. I mean, when I read the press release on this today, I just sat back and I thought to myself, and I'm being very serious, how does your life view of the world change after something like that? How does it change? Think about that. Let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday to today. Christina Applegate is 50. What? Did you hear that? Amy Grant today is 61. Joel Kinnaman today is 42. He played Edward Baldwin for the excellent TV series For All Mankind. ELO drummer Bev Bevan today is 76. Quite possibly the coolest name in all of rock and roll. Bev Bevan. I used to see his name on he had the double drum kit, back in the day. Bev Bevan. That's like the coolest name ever. Our dead guy's birthday today also might be the coolest name ever. Percy Sledge. 1940 to 2015, died at the age of 74. Percy, of course, is best known for the song When a Man Loves a Woman, a number one hit on both the Billboard Hot 100 and R&B single charts back in 1966. Huge international star. It was awarded a million-selling gold-certified disc by the RIAA. Percy used to work at a hospital as an orderly, and then he started singing. He achieved international stardom in the late 1960s, and in later years, he received the Rhythm and Blues Foundation's Career Achievement Award. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2005. When I was a kid, and, well, they still do it today, I'm sure. I just don't watch TV anymore. But those greatest hits, you know, those K-Tel, whatever, those albums, and that Percy Sledge was on every single one of them. And that line, when a man loves a woman, listening to his voice, something that you never forget. Percy died of liver cancer at his home in Baton Rouge on April 14, 2015, at the age of 74. On this day in history, 1986, it went down. Iran-Contra is revealed. 3 weeks after a Lebanese magazine reported that the United States had been secretly selling arms to Iran. Attorney General at the time, Edwin Meese, revealed that proceeds from the arms sales were illegally diverted to the anti-communist Contras in Nicaragua. Fader fact. This is an incredible story. There was a tree in Glastonbury, England, called the Thorn that flowered on Christmas Day. And the city lost its mind when it did not obey the switch to the Gregorian calendar in 1752. The tree survived until 2019. Trees do survive from earlier grafts to perpetuate the Glastonbury legend, among them 2 other holy thorns in the grounds of St. John's. And that is your Fader fact. Well, tonight is Thanksgiving, everybody. And we are going to have Fader Night with open lines all night long. Call-in number is 747-228-2051. All right, now I need to hit this River Moon coffee. Yeah. Love this Tascam mic, TM70. Man, it's this mic makes me happy. It does. It does. I got all that expensive stuff just on the shelves. This thing is just great. Just an amazing mic. Amazing. All right. Today, man, I'm going to hit this coffee again. I ate way too much. I did. Today, I tried to remember my very first Thanksgiving. Couldn't really pull it together. But I got close. And I do remember a family trip from Chicago, actually Fort Sheridan, in the station wagon, right, to our grandparents' house in Holly, Michigan. And pretty much everybody was there. My grandfather, my grandmother, Cal and Margaret, my uncles, Bill and Phil, and us, you know, my mom, Phyllis, my dad, Jim, my sister, Carol, my brother, Mike, and the youngest was, at the time, my sister, Heather. She was like fresh. Danny and Greg weren't born yet. And I think I was about 5, maybe 6 years old at the time. But, yeah, this was the first, the first that I remember. I got little snippets of other things, kind of, but this was the first one. And everything happened. It was a complete day. And the turkey, the dressing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, all that stuff, cranberry sauce, pumpkin pie, and family. But this is the strange thing about this thought, because looking back at my 58 years of memories, I think this was the last time our family actually got together like this. Because after that, things just kind of broke apart. And, divorces, whatever. My Uncle Bill, he's off to Vietnam and whatever. Things just break apart. It's what families do. And sure, if you think about it, we had Thanksgiving get-togethers over the years with different versions of the family at my grandmother's house or at other relatives' house or at our home or whatever. But it was just never. That was like the last time the church clan, right? That the original. Sad, not really. But what it did do is teach me the magic of Thanksgiving. What it's all about. Since then, no matter where I was in life, it doesn't matter, single, married, roommates, apartments, homes, whatever. Thanksgiving dinner with those around you is what you somehow pull off. It's what you do. That's your mission. I remember once, it was probably around 1988 or so, I was working sound at a club in Hollywood, and the night before Thanksgiving. And later that night, club closes, I wound up at a house in the valley for an after party. Yeah, it was the 80s, right? And I woke up in the morning at this house. Seriously. And I kind of looked around, and I guess the owner of the house or whatever, and a couple of other, there's 5 or 6 people there from what I remember. And I was like, what's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? So a few of us jumped in a car. It wasn't my car. I didn't own a car at the time. And we drove to Ralph's in the valley. And we bought the goods. And we came back. We cooked the turkey, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, pumpkin pie, cranberries. We did the whole thing. We sat and had this dinner. It was one of the best meals of my life. And then I went home. I never saw those people again. I don't even remember their names. But it was a day to remember. It was totally awesome. That's what Thanksgiving is all about. I wonder if they think back to that day. Who was that dude that just showed up? Woke up at our house and then made us cook at Thanksgiving dinner. I wonder if they remember that. One of my favorite Thanksgivings ever was, they're all great, right? But was over at Doug Aldrich's house. And this was probably around 1995, 1996. And I remember Doug and his wife at the time, Stacy. This is before they bought their house. This was a rental house up behind my house in the hills of Sherman Oaks. And he invited me up for Thanksgiving dinner. And Stacy could cook. And that was one thing that was remarkable about her. She was great, but man, she could cook. So I get up there, and Doug's house wasn't very big, but he had a dining room table that sat like 4. And then in the living room were 2 card tables, those cheap card tables with the, you know what I mean? The small ones, 4 chairs each. And so I guess there was probably 12 of us there. Everybody there was single without family. And we sat and had the most amazing Thanksgiving dinner. I would say that half of us there didn't even know each other. And we played poker till late into the night and had this wonderful, and that Thanksgiving dinner sticks out for me because we were all so thankful. To this day, us 12 are still friends and hang out. And a lot of remarkable things happened because of that Thanksgiving dinner, too. I'll share that with you at another time. But that's why Thanksgiving is so special to me. And it all goes back to my grandparents, and I've tried to instill that in my kids and everybody that I get around today. Thanksgiving is special. So I'm thankful if you are listening to me now and you are here, you now know why tonight hanging out with you is so special to me. I'm thankful and I am grateful. So let's have some fun. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Your phone calls all night long. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want to talk about, let's do it. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black on the Game Changer and UnX networks. I want to thank Race Hobbs and Margie K for making tonight possible. I know that they tore it up today, for sure. Race texted me earlier, give me a call. I didn't even call Race today. So he's listening to my voice now. But Race, love you. Margie, love you. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. I'll be right back after this short break with your phone calls. Stay with me.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions, which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at wtih.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to getthetih.com. That's getthetih.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. Getthetih.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years, and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's getthetih.com. Getthetih.com. The tea that makes you go.
the new KUNXDB, the UNX Network, bringing you the best in paranormal programming in premium high-definition streaming audio and video. Log on to the network at unxnetwork.com and check out the growing lineup of programs, including Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and many more. Sign up for the free UNX newsletter, follow the UNX blog, or pick up the latest edition of the UNX magazine. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So check us out at unxnetwork.com. Tap the show page and the calendar so you never miss your favorite live shows and podcasts. We are your portal for all things paranormal. The X, explaining the unexplained.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, you Fadernauts, you crazy kids. Hanging out with me tonight is special. Thank you for that. 747-228-2051. Man, I got tangled up cables. Okay, I'm good. I don't like that when my headphone cable is wrapped up with my PC gamer remote control. Yeah, man. All right, 747-228-2051. And let me get, I'm a little unprepared tonight because I rolled in here so quick. Okay, all right. Call log at the ready. Let's see who is up first. Happy Thanksgiving. Who's calling?
Happy Thanksgiving, Jimmy.
How are you, sir? It's JT, the trucker from Indy, everybody. How you doing, JT?
Very well. Very well.
So
out here doing it.
You're working tonight. Did you have dinner, though? Did you have dinner?
No, they're all up in Lafayette, which you know is an hour away from Indy, so I just slept all day and went to work tonight. So,
well, happy Thanksgiving, brother. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of other brothers and sisters out here getting it done too. So,
yeah, all the truckers out there listening to me right now. Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I think about a lot, JT. You bring up a really good point. You go, you've got the family at the house and you're cooking, and then somebody says, "Oh man, we need blah, blah, blah." Something is forgot. So you got to jump in the car, drive up to the supermarket, and pick up the lost ingredient, right? Whatever it is. And there are
clean butter.
Yeah, exactly. And there are people working at the supermarket or everywhere, and instead of being at home with their families, maybe they're going home later and that, but we don't stop and appreciate that moment. You know what I mean? And I think it's something that we should all be thankful for when those moments go down.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yep. It's crazy out here, that's for sure.
So what are you delivering today?
Just the starch again. Just on the same dedicated starch run.
The same dedicated starch run.
Yeah. Which probably they're running full blast at the plant. And we're running full blast over here. Need a lot of starch for Thanksgiving.
See, that's one of those things you need at the last minute, right? Is starch for the gravy. Somebody's got to get in the car.
Oh man!
What makes Thanksgiving so special for you?
Just thankful for the family, and I got to talk to all the kids today and all that. they're all over the place, North Carolina, Minneapolis, Nashville. So, you know, have to talk to kids, say hi to them, and just, you know, family.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Family and health.
And how does it work as a trucker to wiggle your way into a Thanksgiving day off? Do you get it off next year if you had to work this year?
No.
Seniority?
No. No, the way our schedule is, I work the second half of the week starting Wednesday at midnight, Thursday morning. So unless I can get one of the other guys to cover that work the first half of the week, I'm pretty much out here working it.
Yeah,
so,
right. Well,
the plant's not going to close down, that's for sure.
No, it's not. And this country needs you, man. And thank you for that. I am so thankful and grateful for all of the truckers across this country. And I say it often because I mean it. I mean it.
I know you do.
It's just such an important part, and it doesn't stop. And this is the thing, it doesn't stop with the drivers. It's the logistics behind it, and you have somebody working your schedule and where you are picking up and dropping off. You have everybody at the terminals that are unloading your trucks or loading your trucks. The truck stops and the all of the service that goes on at a truck stop, from mechanics and repairs to the car wash, the showers, the food. It's incredible the infrastructure that goes in to support the trucking industry. And
they're all out here, that's for sure.
That's it. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I recognize. I really appreciate it. JT, you're the very best. Now, let me get to your granddaughter.
Okay, here we go.
JT the other night did a post, and let me remind everybody, JT, what we're talking about. So he did a post that his granddaughter came in and jumped into bed with grandma and said, "Hey, I saw the alien spaceship in the Alien." And you went on to say that she said it very nonchalantly. And
she was just so matter of fact and nonchalant about it. It was unreal.
And you asked if she should draw a picture, and I think the overwhelming response was, "Yeah, go for it, but be gentle with it." So what happened? What happened?
Well, I was watching a Blackhawk game, and she was, we were sitting on the couch, and she had my phone. Wasn't listening to Fade to Black. She was on YouTube Kids doing her thing. She was under the. Had her head on my chest, just I could look over and see what she was doing. I had my arm around her, and at the end of the second period, it's 2-2. I said, "I'm tired." And she handed me, "I want to go to bed too, Grandpa." So I took her upstairs, and the only light on was in the bathroom, and the doors only open a couple inches, so it wasn't very light in the room. So she jumps in there next to Grandma, and I'm getting set up, ready to go to bed, and about ready to go in and brush my teeth, and she just popped it off. "Grandma, I saw the alien in the spaceship." And we both said, "What?" And it was crazy. And she just said, "I saw the alien in the spaceship." I said, "Oh, okay." And I kind of just left it at that, didn't go too far. And thought, well, I'll ask her to draw a picture the next day. So we're up in Lafayette. Like I said, that's an hour away. So next morning I got up. Son goes to the post office at 6:30. He leaves at 6:30, start his route. Daughter-in-law takes off about 7, so I get up about 7:15. I'm just having coffee, and I'm going through YouTube Kids, seeing what she was watching, see if there was something she saw on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. So I'm like, okay, just her normal Thing and Bluey and Trolls and whatever she was watching on there. And so she comes down. I made her bacon, eggs, and pancakes, and the 3-year-old came down. He's not too much of a talker, but anyway, after I served it up, I said, "You think you can draw us a picture later for Grandma or something?" She gives you a piece of paper, and she goes, "Yeah." So nonchalant about it. It's crazy. So I left at about 12 o'clock, I guess, and I get down the road. So I'm not even in Lafayette. I'm heading back to India, an hour away. At 12:17, I hung up with my wife after a minute and a half phone call saying, "Hey, let me talk to Chloe. Hey, can you draw Grandma a picture?" "Sure." 5 minutes later, my wife sends me this picture right here, and there it's coming in now. So it should be there in a minute or so. And it just tripped me out. And I haven't talked to her about it since, because I've been down here working. They're up there. But, you know, got a lot of questions to ask her, but I don't, like I said, I don't want to like interrogate her, because there's no fear at all. It's just so matter of fact.
Wow.
So,
I'm looking at the picture now. Let me
is that crazy?
What went through your mind when you saw this?
I'm thinking she's had her first contact. And that's what I asked her too before I left while we were eating breakfast. I said, "Where'd you see it?" She said, "It came down." And I'm like, "What? Where at?" She said, "It came down." That's all she said. And I just left it at that. It came down. I'm like, holy crap moment. She just had a contact. I'm pretty darn sure.
Wow. I just retweeted this out. Yeah, I
did ask her what it looked like that night when she said, of course, she's laying in the dark. I couldn't even see her. She said it was a triangle with a bump on it. Now, that's not a triangle.
Nope.
But she did say it was a triangle with a bump on it. But, man, those eyes, I mean, I focus on those eyes. It looks like Skinny Bob to me.
This is pretty interesting, man. This is pretty interesting. You got to keep us posted.
Oh, yeah.
I
think she had a contact.
Yeah, you got to keep us posted.
We never talk about it. You know, I'm the crazy grandpa, the crazy relative, but, you know, we don't talk about this stuff around the kids or nothing.
Right.
You know? And it came down, Jimmy.
Well,
so I'm like,
yeah. Maybe it was a cartoon she saw on TV. Maybe it was this. Maybe it's something else, of course. But
correct. That's why I was looking on the YouTube Kids, on my phone to see what she had been watching. But.
Right. Wow. This is incredible. Yeah, you got to keep us posted, man. And I'll talk to you next Thursday. Yeah. I'll talk to you next Thursday. Give me the updates.
Okay.
In the meantime,
all right,
my man, happy Thanksgiving. Be safe out there.
Happy Thanksgiving. Fadernaughts. Love you all. This is for all you Fadernaughts out there. Happy Thanksgiving. Number 624 to 26, everybody. And it's time to fade to black.
Fade to black. Thank you, JT. Be safe, my friend.
All right. You too, Jimmy.
That just rocks right there. That just rocks. The picture's incredible. Now, I've retweeted it. If you want to check it out, follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio, and you'll see it pop up right there in my feed. But it makes you wonder where this ultimately is going to go. When my daughter, Nicole, she was about 2 or 3 years old. She was young, and she was in daycare. At that age, it was before preschool, and I picked her up from daycare, this lady's house, and we're driving home. She's in the back seat in her baby seat, and she says to me as I'm driving up Ventura Boulevard, she goes, "Daddy, I want to open a restaurant, and I want it. I want to serve." And she lays out the menu, and I'm driving. I'm like, what? And burgers and this and that, and she's talking about this. I have no idea. And it was, but I didn't fret. I thought, man, restaurateur. I got me a little saucier in the back seat. She's going to be a chef. Right? Okay, so all of this Michelin, stars. So anyway, it was like a week later, and we're sitting there on the couch, and we're watching SpongeBob SquarePants, which I had never seen before. And it's on TV, and then there it was. Everything she laid out in the back seat, the Krabby Patties, the restaurant, the menu, and she got it from SpongeBob SquarePants. Now, I kind of bummed, but then she was so young. She was like 2. And And I was like, wow, for her to have that memory and that recall and make plans about a restaurant and already had the menu laid out. But it was SpongeBob SquarePants. Nicole, I love you, but that's a true story. Let's see who's up next. Happy Thanksgiving. This is Fade to Black Fader Night. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Paul. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Paul, where are you calling from?
From south of Detroit, bud. How you doing?
South of Detroit. I'm doing good. What's on your mind tonight? Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, too. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I tried to call you around Halloween, but it's been a while since I called. I called a lot last summer. You may recall a leprechaun story I told you about when I initially grew up in Detroit. But, yeah, I actually keep a list, Jimmy, of everything, because this town, Monroe, Michigan, is so haunted. I keep a list, Jimmy. Like, I'm serious. Like, I keep a list of all the things I want to tell you about. So, General George Custer was last in Monroe, Michigan. We got the River Raisin Battlefield. I told you about the ghosts and how I've seen so many UFOs over in Michigan in the lakes. Honestly, gosh, Jimmy, I've counted since over the summer, because I haven't called you since then. I've counted it. I stopped counting at 30. I've seen so many UFOs. Like I promised everybody, you go out to Lake Erie in July, you'll see them, like you said, money in the bank. And the most interesting why I bring up General George Custer is because his house is here in Monroe, Michigan, and his family, me and some of my buddies were doing a ghost hunt at the cemetery. It's Rosewood Cemetery off 4th Street in Monroe, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
He's not buried there himself, but his whole family is in there. Now, Jimmy, I've seen a lot of ghosts. I've seen a lot of stuff going in Detroit, but I've never seen anything I got chills just thinking about it, like right now, like all the hairs are standing up on my arms. This is what I wanted to call you about Halloween. I mean, so we're like near some guy's backyard where you can see the cemetery off the road, Jimmy. Now, I've never seen anything like this in my life. A full apparition. This thing was like kind of behind the fence. And I mean, it was like a green glowing ghost, Jimmy. I mean, went full phantom, looked like kind of like a woman in like the 1800s, but like a neon, not like a neon green, but like that dark, eerie green mist.
Huh.
And this was a dark night. The wind was going. The rain was going. I stepped out of my buddy's car to smoke, because my buddy's into the ghost hunting thing. He got me into it in Coast to Coast way back in the early 90s,
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it was trippy. But I'll tell you, Jimmy, you ever come out here, there's just too many haunted things to see. The River Raisin Battlefield, when I was younger in the 90s, we'd go out there. You'd hear musket fire. Why would you be hearing musket fire in 1996, You've got Hellenberg, the kids call it Devil's Island, or Dog Lady Island, where supposedly these demon dogs on one after you. I don't know why people in Michigan are busy, but I don't know why people don't do. There's a couple documentaries about the Dog Lady on YouTube. There's like, you can look up like the most haunted places in Michigan, and River Raisin Battlefield comes up on it all the time. But I think there's more people. Like I seen a guy up doing some great exploring on Mackinac Island, and he says some of the hotels up there are haunted. I never made it to Mackinac. We drove across the bridge when I was a kid. But hey, bud, I just wanted to say Happy Thanksgiving. You always inspired me. And maybe if no one else wants it, maybe I should write a book about some of this stuff.
Absolutely.
I wish I could take you guys to Detroit like I was telling some of the chat rooms, because there's just so many abandoned parts of Detroit, and I had so many haunted things happen to me when I grew up in Detroit, and a lot of things with cars too, man. Like we had this old neighbor, Mr. Ed, and all of us neighborhood kids were afraid to go by his house. He had an old car, and I swear that car, the radio would turn on by itself like a lot. And the last time I seen anything resembling that was what was that movie Stephen King did about Christine, right? The haunted car, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
But
that was one of his best.
I know there's people waiting, and Happy Thanksgiving, and be blessed, and you and your family, everybody's amazing. I'm glad you're doing well, Jimmy.
Yeah,
happy holidays.
You too, Paul. Happy Thanksgiving. And if I was Paul, and this kind of action is going down around me in my state, Paul, listen to me, man. Get on the net and find a local paranormal group, a local paranormal ghost hunting group, and get the crew together. Get out there, man. Get the stuff on video, and go do a ghost hunt. Go do a real ghost hunt. That's what I would do. I mean, I wouldn't pass go. I wouldn't collect $200. I'd go straight to a paranormal group. That's what I would do, and that's my advice. I'm not a paranormal. I don't do ghost hunting, but I know people that do, right? And that's what I would do. I would get on the net. There's got to be multiple paranormal societies right there in Detroit. Has to be there. Let's see who's up next. Happy Thanksgiving. It's a very special Fader night. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is DJ from North Carolina.
DJ from North? No, it is not. I don't believe it.
It is.
How you doing? How was your dinner today?
It was good. How was yours?
It was perfect. Perfect. And
Perfect.
yeah, I'm going to ask you, because this is what I find. Some people do weird stuff for Thanksgiving dinner. And I don't want to show up at somebody's house and see, I don't know, ham sandwiches, right? I am fixated on, I need just 5 things. That's it. I don't need something. Well, we don't cook turkey for Thanksgiving. Well, what do you cook? Salmon, trout, right? We have trout. What? No, man. Don't even go there. I don't care how much cranberry sauce you got, right? I don't need a leg of lamb, right? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
So tell me that your Thanksgiving dinner was proper.
Yes, it was. Turkey, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, everything.
Oh, man. See, mac and cheese is an added bonus. That's a good call.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good call right there. That's a good call. And I don't, I don't mind. I have to have mashed potatoes, but scallop potatoes is a good bonus, right? Mac and cheese is a good bonus. There's things that you can add to that, but it's got to be mashed potatoes, gravy, cranberry sauce, turkey, stuffing, green bean casserole. Oh, yeah. Right?
It's not Thanksgiving without those things.
That's it. You need those 5 on the table. You can add of course, really good biscuits, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dinner roll. You gotta,
I'm from the South, so good biscuits are important.
You got to sop up that gravy. Oh, man.
Yes.
All right. So what's on your mind, DJ?
So I had something interesting to tell you. I think it was a couple weeks back. You had, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Whitley freaking Strieber.
Yeah, Whitley Strieber. Yeah, absolutely.
And I remember that night you were having a lot of, or he was having, whoever, all of us, I don't know, were having a lot of interesting little technical errors. Well, that night, I usually stream my show, or your show, through my Xbox. And that night, I happened to be doing that, and my Xbox had this very odd audio malfunction that I've never heard it make in my whole life. It may have been the TV, but either way, I've owned a lot of this one particular kind of TV and a lot of Xboxes over the years, and I've never heard it make this, and it was this very weird, like high-pitched, like almost irritating noise, and all I could think was, this has to be like Whitley Powers.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You are correct. But let me ask you this. DJ. And by the way, happy Thanksgiving. It's great to hear your voice.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
But let me ask you, did anybody else make comments in the chat rooms or on Twitter about it? Or do you think it was only you?
You know, I didn't notice because I was so busy. Like, the noise was so odd and it was so loud, like it was going over what my volume would have been.
Oh.
And it was so weird that even my roommate came like running in, and we're trying to figure out like what the sound is. We're like, oh, make it stop, you know? So we were so fixated on that I didn't really notice that, or if anybody else was experiencing the same thing. But I just thought it was weird and interesting that like you guys were having the funky things happen, some of which I know us viewers could see, and we were commenting on that. But you know, for me to have it happen too is freaky.
Yeah. DJ, there are certain guests that I have on this show, and you can hear right now, this is everything running correctly as it should. There's no noises, right. There's no clicks, there's nothing going on. This is normal. And then there are times, this studio runs, it's quiet. It's good. There are times I have on guests that they attract electromagnetic stuff around them. Mm-hmm. And it happens. And I'm so used to it now, I'll just write it out. Who did I have on the show last night?
He was awesome.
Who was on?
Oh, it was so great.
Help me out. Oh, no, last time was Dave Schrader. Dave was okay.
Yeah, Dave.
Except for when his wife, Winnie, popped in out of the blackness, and I literally wet myself. That was crazy. But I had Debbie Cobble, and then I had Margie Kay on. I had Debbie Cobble last week, electromagnetic interference. Margie Kay on the other night, and just this weird interference. And it eventually ended, but they all say the same thing. This stuff happens every time I'm around electrical stuff. Things just go crazy. So, yeah, it happens. Whitley's got the juice. There's no question about it.
He does. I really enjoyed your guest from last night's story about the crucifix and everything. And on another note, I convinced my book club to take on the Rachel's Eyes book. So we just all got that, and we've just started reading it.
Circle back to me on that. Let me know how the book club reacts to it. Okay. I've got it.
We're actually going to be purchasing another book that was mentioned. I think it was last week. Sarah, I'm not sure how to pronounce the rest of her name. It's 3 names.
Sarah Cosme Breskman. Yes.
Thank you. Yes, we're going to be getting her book and reading that next.
I have that book right here. That's an incredible read. You're going to love it. DJ, happy Thanksgiving. All right.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jimmy.
Give my best to you and your family. Thank you so much.
You too.
It's time to fade to black, DJ.
Fade to black.
Bye. And, Sarah Breskman's book, I have it right here, is an incredible read. Highly, highly recommended. I haven't read Rachel's Eyes. I do have it here, but I haven't cracked that one yet. This is Fade to Black. It's a very special Fadernight Thanksgiving. Taking your calls all night long. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. I'm the Game Changer and UnX Networks. I'll be back with more of your phone calls after this short break. Stay with me.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to forbiddenknowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30daysfree on forbiddenknowledge.tv today.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. And you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. That's crazy, isn't it? That's cool. Look at that. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Let me see. I got a remote control for that, too. Let's see. Which one is off? There it goes. All right. I would like that. I don't have a place to put it. Otherwise, I would have that in the background, lit up all night long and to distract everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church, taking your phone calls all night long, hanging out with this huge, big, wonderful, fun family, the Fadernaughts. And I hope everybody had a great dinner. Maybe you haven't had dinner yet. Depends on what time zone you're in. But, yeah, Hawaii is probably just firing up right about now. Let's get back to the phones. Let's go. Happy Thanksgiving. You're up next. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Tarita.
Hi, Tarita. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. I would like to send a special shout out to all of your you and Rita's network and your Fadernaut fans and the community. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm grateful to be back on your guys' all of your frequencies. And this Thanksgiving, I'm just grateful that I'm able to understand a lot of things that are going on a little bit more clearly. And it was a good Thanksgiving. And a lot of things have been being taught to me, and I talk about my Star Nation. Of course, you know, that's a very strong, powerful frequency that I work with, and they have taught me and shown me some really neat things about how we are going to get our disclosure out there. And it's going to, what they are teaching me is that the universe is a network, and we share the same codes with them. As from what I understand is, you know, we're made from all these different codes and frequencies that we come in with. And so we are a part of them, and we're wired the same way that they are. And so that when we disrupt something here, we're in a dimension 3. And dimension 3 is the human frequency and the conscious and the subconscious and unconscious of how we understand things here, because we're taught through repetition. And then we start to lose that energy of moving with it. And so therefore we kind of get disconnected, and we get programmed into our daily routines. We get on autopilot, and we pick up negative behaviors and positive behaviors. The universe doesn't play favoritism on who or what or where. It's the frequency that they pay attention to and what they feel. And so the way that they're wired is how we're wired. And the energy, from what I understand, is always going forward. It's moving like smoke. Like, you can see frequency if you light any kind of a incense, sage, smoke, anything. When you watch it move, it's actually not just swirling because it wants to, it's moving through the frequency, and you can see it's not invisible anymore. The smoke's moving through it. And so that's kind of how it's moving around up there. And what they're teaching me is, if we want, and we will get disclosure, like I said, they did say they're going to show themselves here. They've always been here with us. They're in everything. When they come into our dimension 3, they have to shift into a mass. So they've got to come into our world, our spaceship, our atmosphere that we're in, and network with us through the way that we understand things. And they give us advancements, like they gave Einstein knowledge on how to get the electrical field started down here, so they could come through the electricity, the artificial lights, everything that's a frequency that we're using at radio, what we're talking on these cell phones. They can tap in at any time and change the frequency if they want to. They can make you hear things that you wouldn't normally hear. So, you know, the biggest thing is that when they're teaching me this about learning about these codes is to raise our vibration. We need to raise our frequency vibration. And in order for how they taught me about how to do it is by forgiving myself for any kind of negative energy I'm carrying around, and I'm replaying it over and over, and I keep going back and rehashing, picking the sore and opening up the wound, and then I never heal. And so once I started working on that, when my uncle told me before he passed away, Tarita, if you're going to be working with the Star Nation, you know, it's a very high intellectual energy power. You know, he said medicine, but I'm just talking so people will understand. He said, you got to get rid of your fears and let them go. And when you see them, you got to calm yourself down and not go into like a sensory overload and panic, because whatever I panic and freak out on is what I'm gonna see, and I won't be able to see what they're really trying to show me. So of course we're humans and we're gonna kind of get weirded out a little bit when we see stuff that's not normal. But they also say that when you forgive yourself for your wrongdoings, you raise your vibration. And so when you raise your vibration, your energy field taps into a higher dimension. So those of us that are forgiving ourselves, and we're forgiving those who wronged us, and we're forgiving what we did wrong to those people, and we're sincere about it, we're actually leveling up into another energy field. So now we're able to see things that a common person that is in a low frequency at maybe a 30, 40 megahertz, which is almost just down to the knees, they're not able to see what we're seeing. And so sometimes you can be standing with somebody that's not on that same frequency with you, and they can't see what you're seeing because they're just not ready yet. So that's why there's a lot of people that aren't convinced yet that this disclosure isn't going to happen. Well, it will happen, and when we talk, we've got to stay on the positive and not doubt it, because when we doubt it, we're taking it back and we're confusing that frequency. Even if it's uncomfortable, you just got to believe in it, and you got to push it, and you got to start networking. And when you start raising that frequency up like that, we will be able to share our energy and our knowledge with those that are rising up with us. And so there's no such thing as nobody doesn't know. It's just that they're not there yet. They haven't arrived. And so those of us that are in the UFO community, thank you very much to all of you that have helped me also and woke me up and brought me into your family and allow me to network with you all, is that they are not here to harm us. There are some, they are here, they are moving around amongst us, but that's none of our business, because they're not wired like we are to belong on this spaceship in this dimension, this earth that we're on, earth, air, fire, water, all of our elements. So they don't really have a feeling yet, but they're trying to mimic what we're about. And so we can either teach them good things, or we can just allow them to fall back and never get to experience a human experience. They don't get to take over our planet. They don't get to do anything, because this is our ship, just like we don't get to go up into their dimension and take over anything on their ships or their what they're about, their elements and their environments. And so when we see them, they're explaining to me that right now we are becoming one of the brightest stars in the universe, because our frequency field is lighting up. And when you look at them and they look at us, we're twinkling like a diamond out there. And that's why they're coming here more now. They're gravitating to us. They realize that, okay, we're slowly getting ready. And when they come here, they pick certain spots where they want to land and give that information and that knowledge to that area. And so there's so much going on. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that it took me about, I would say, 2 years of understanding and trying it and understanding why do I see this and other people don't see it? Well, then they just started showing me, and I'm like, okay, that's why a lot of people in the UFO community can see them, because they meditate. They can, when you really level up and you get your frequency high enough and you stay in gratitude and forgiveness, and you take the action, you can think it, and then you got to talk about it, because frequency, we're talking right now, everybody's hearing me, and I'm pushing it through the networks. And so once you push it through, now the more people that are listening, all your guests, all your researchers, all your fans, the Fadernauts, everybody, anything, plants, animals, trees, water, all of it is on a frequency. It's all moving. So they're all tapping in and listening, and we can network together. And that's when it takes action. You start taking action. So when that door opens up, you just walk through it. Don't doubt yourself. The first thing that comes into your head when you're on that frequency, that's the right answer. When it makes your body feel calm, like right now, normally when I talk to you, I'm going 100 miles an hour because I'm so scared and nervous, and I don't know who's listening and who's not. And I just tell myself, just talk to Jimmy. That's who you're talking to, and you're talking to his people, and I'm a part of the people, and this is our network. And so I've learned to calm myself down now and share my information and the knowledge with gratitude and with that respect of what the Star Nation is teaching us. And I just am so honored that I'm able to use your network. Like what they told me was, you're going to go through his network. You're going to, so I don't doubt them. And I just want to realize that I am the one that was holding myself back from all the information and knowledge they were teaching me, because it was a sensory overload. It was too much for me to understand all at once. And I still was trying to correct old behaviors, and I didn't know how yet. And I didn't want to get on your show just yet until I knew what I was talking about with a clear crystal mind, and my heart was there, and I was sincere about what I was going to share for them, because I don't like passing their information with doubt, or somebody's going to, try to say something that, just I don't want to deal with the negativity. And so I had to make sure that I was strong about what I was talking about. And once we tap into that frequency field that they're in, we can change our own timelines in our own little worlds that we're in. We're each in a little bubble. And how we change that is by correcting, and then the timeline changes in the blink of an eye. I think, I don't want to mention names, somebody talked about that on there, and I'm absolutely correct there. I'm like, yeah, it does happen in a flash, in a blink of an eye. And so when they change a timeline, we lose track of things. Like I once said before on your show, we might lay our keys down on the counter, go to bed, and while we're sleeping, they like to work at nighttime when we're sleeping. They come through everything and they move things around because it's a mass. It can change right in front of you without, if you can't see it and you're not tapped in, you won't be able to see it. So it changes, and then you wake up and you're like, where are my keys? Because that's made out of metal, so that's an energy field. And they show up in your pocket, and you're like, okay, I know. And then people start to doubt themselves and think they're crazy and confused, and maybe they're getting a little dementia. It's not that. And some people that can't handle moving through those time fields with us, when those portals open up, and when the portals open up, it's invisible, and you can see it. A storm will come through and change that energy field for us. And people that can't make it through, they pass on. And there's no such thing as death, because it's just energy leaving and transferring. And maybe it might come back in another timeline, and then you'll see that person and recognize them through something else. And it's really interesting how it all works. I'm not a scientist. I don't know, the physics on all of this. I only know what I'm experiencing, and I try to speak at a level that I can understand, so that maybe other people will be able to understand. And I just want to use this time to let you know that I am grateful today. I'm thankful, and every day I'm thankful, and I will remain that way. And, it's good to be back with you all, and I enjoy listening again to your guests. And I just want you to know I love, love, love everybody and everything. Even on my tough days, I go out and hang out with children and watch them, and that motivates me, and it raises my vibration, because their spirits are still here and they're still fresh. Their imaginations are so creative that they just inspire me, and that's what powers me up, is cheering them on. And then they don't really understand, but they know, they can feel my energy, and they like that. And so, if you have a tough day and you want to learn to just raise your vibration, go and tap into things that make you feel good. Be around the things that you enjoy. Wake up with the people and things that you want to wake up with, and just start with there. And start, if we're going to make a difference, we're going to have to do it first, inside, before we push it on the planet and we get it moving. So I hope with that information that I shared with everybody, I mean it sincerely, and I promise this year I will do my best to get to one of the conferences and come sit and watch and listen and flex your network as much as I can, as publicly as I can, so that more people will start to know that I'm a little bit, like, the weirdness is catchy, and it makes people look at me whether they don't understand, but I set an impression in their head, and they're like, oh, I remember her now. Okay. So that's what I do. I might do, if I say something out loud, it's because I'm just saying it because I want people to hear it. And I don't have time to worry about what someone's going to say. I'm doing it just to make an impact for myself and for those around me. And I'm grateful for Gobekli Tepe. I didn't understand all that until I researched. I'm like, oh, that's what Gobekli Tepe is. I'm like, okay, that's so cool. And that he always flexes that. And Jimmy, I hope that I didn't take too much of your time up here on the air, but that was just something I really needed to get out there for my gratitude and my thanks to give to your community, our community, and the planet. And those of us that are listening, I enjoy listening to everything that people have to say, And I'm just here sitting with a very calm energy, and I'm grateful to be on your show tonight. So thank you for letting me on and letting me share.
Thank you, Tarita, and happy Thanksgiving. And I'm going to have to go back and listen to the last 15 minutes 3 or 4 times to get it all absorbed in.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your night, and happy Thanksgiving, Tarita. Great to hear from you.
Thank you. See you soon, Jimmy.
Thank you so much. It's time to fade to black. Yeah, that was great. I haven't heard from Tarita in quite a while, and she definitely made up for lost time. Absolutely. There was a lot there to unpack. Let's get to the next caller. Happy Thanksgiving. You're next up on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Steve.
Steve?
Yeah, I'm up.
Yeah, you're...
Hey, what's up, Jimmy?
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm over in Orange County, grew up in Sierra Madre, California.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know you went over there in Pasadena in like the early 80s.
I did.
And remember Pookie's?
I do remember Pookie's. Everybody remembers Pookie's.
Oh, that was a great place, man.
Yeah. Pookie's was pretty cool. That whole from Monrovia and Arcadia, of course, Sierra Madre. Yeah. That whole area.
I went there when I was 3 years old. Best place in the world to grow up, Sierra Madre, California.
Yeah, no doubt. There's no question about it. The mall, Pookie's, the Morgue was another great club out there. Papillons, remember Papillons?
Oh, that's where I met my wife.
Yeah, Papillons was great, man. Free tacos on Tuesday night. Oh, man, it was on, man. Papillons was great.
Baked potato.
Oh, yeah.
Fried chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's on your mind tonight, Steve?
$2 to get into La Papillons. And you got fried chicken, baked potato, and you got to see like 3 live bands.
Yep. No doubt about it. Papillons was great. The crazy part about Papillons is they shared the parking lot with the police station. And I never quite figured that out, because when Papillons closed, the police knew that there were 500 people coming out of that club. Every one of them was DUI, and they never pulled anybody over. I never had one hassle from a cop. You're walking out of the club, you're looking at the police station. Right, but
you're right, Jimmy.
Yeah, they let us go. Okay, so what's on your mind tonight, Steve?
Okay, I'm thinking about the flat Earth, man. I've been here. I mean, I know your opinion about the flat Earth. My opinion, there's no flat Earth, but it's like getting bigger and bigger. How can we prove that it's not a flat Earth?
How can we prove that it's not a flat Earth?
The
Egyptians.
One of my examples was, I see a meteor coming in and out. So if there's a dome over this planet, I mean, what's coming in? How is that coming in? That's my.
I mean, there's that. I mean, first off, the Earth is not flat, okay? But all you got to do is go out to Huntington Beach, go out to any beach and watch a boat go over the horizon. That's all you got to do. And then that's the end of the story. That's just it. If you need more than that, I can't help you. This is like Steve,
kind of crazy with this flat Earth stuff.
Steve, let me be clear, okay? Flat Earthers know that the Earth is not flat. They know it's round. Flat Earthers just like to debate. That's all. They know. They know. There is nobody on this planet convinced that it's flat. No. They just like to pick a fight. That's it. And I have resigned myself to that thought. And that's it. So I'll debate a flat earther anytime because they just want to do it for sport. But they know it's not flat. Hey, Steve.
Jimmy, one more thing.
Yeah, it's got to be quick. I got a break in 30 seconds.
Okay. My friend Tyrone Grayhan, he just passed away 3 days ago. And my wife was just remembering they went to Joe Satriani concert, and my wife was in the bathroom. He pulled him out, Tyrone, and met Joe and Yngwie.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow, that's cool.
It was amazing.
Have a great night and happy Thanksgiving to you, Steve.
Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Thank you so much. That's a great phone call right there. I'm wondering if that... My memory, when I saw Joe Satriani in 85, 86 at the Roxy, he played 2 shows. He had a stand-up comic, by the way. No opening band. He had a stand-up comic. But my memory says Yngwie was at the Roxy at that show. That's what my memory says, but my memory means absolutely nothing. But I wonder if that's the show that Steve is talking about. At the Roxy. I'm going to say 86, 87. I can't remember his drummer. Stu Ham was playing bass, though. I can't remember who was playing drums. But he had a stand-up comic. This guy, I feel so bad for him. Nobody wanted to hear comedy. We just wanted Joe, And there you go. But I think Yngwie was at that show. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's open lines. It's a very special Fadernight Thanksgiving going down tonight. 747-228-2051. Let's go. I'll be right back.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
The new KUNXDB, the UNX Network, bringing you the best in paranormal programming in premium high-definition streaming audio and video. Log on to the network at unxnetwork.com and check out the growing lineup of programs, including Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and many more. Sign up for the free UNX newsletter, follow the UNX blog, or pick up the latest edition of the UNX magazine. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So check us out at unxnetwork.com. Tap the show page and the calendar so you never miss your favorite live shows and podcasts. We are your portal for all things paranormal. The X, explaining the unexplained.
Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now. Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black, a very special Fadernight Thanksgiving tonight with all of you. I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with me tonight. Makes it special. This is family. This is great stuff. 747-228-2051. Lots of calls on hold, and let's just get straight back to it. Happy Thanksgiving. You're live. You're next. Who's calling?
Thank you very much for taking my call. This is Lafayette from the Court of Militia, California.
How are you, Lafayette? What is on your mind?
I'm doing good.
Happy Thanksgiving.
This is a dangerous call tonight. Yes, happy Indian Genocide Day. You were talking about doing activism to put the foot on the neck of government to force disclosure.
I'm not playing around.
All right. You guys got problems stating lies?
Okay, repeat that and speak into the phone.
Do you have any problem? Oh, okay. Do you have any problem with saving lives?
Do I have any problems with saving lives? I don't understand the connection. What's the connection?
Well, here's the connection. The CIA is strangling the white lady, the weird desk at the CIA, by having the Bledsoes not talk about what she says. And even more importantly, and this is the op, they're not letting people be healed in the backyard anymore. So the op is to convince the Bledsoes to be good Samaritans and let people with terminal cancer camp in their backyard at least once a month to be healed by the white lady.
I haven't heard about this. Is Chris Bledsoe's talking about this or Ryan? I don't know.
Well, I think I heard it on your show. I mean, Ryan was on your show, and he said he didn't see what. He didn't sign any secrecy agreements. Why should he have to be quiet? Basically, the white lady wants to disclose, but the CIA is plugging her porthole. She also needs to heal. She needs to heal. It's part of her mission.
Interesting. What I do find fascinating about Chris is the amount of agency attention, right, that he's been getting. Yeah.
Why are they so interested? So rather than, trying to mount a big protest in Washington with thousands of people that won't show up, very few showed up for the storm on Area 51. This is something, all you have to do is lobby them. And once they agree to this, it will just take off gradually, because as people get healed, more people are going to want to go there. So it will build and build, and the white lady will gather more energy and manifest more often. Probably.
Well, yeah. It's just another piece to the puzzle. I mean, you've got to have multiple fronts here. But I do think that the next step should be us getting together in Washington, D.C. I think we should plan something. And I think it would be extraordinary. Storm Area 51 was a meme. That was just a thing. That was never going to happen. And everybody that signed up for that had no intentions of going. And I understand it was millions of people and stuff, but that was just a thing. That was never going to happen. But getting together in Washington, D.C., why not? Why not do it? Why not?
I'm all for it. That's what I do, Jimmy. I do activism. But I've found that I've been how many marches I've been in, and they rarely accomplish anything. But lobbying people certain people with certain power, and I call these trim tab points, where you can just push on the phenomena at one point, and it's its weakness. They need to keep the white lady quiet, and they need to. I don't think the CIA realizes they need to stop people from being healing. So it's a weak thing. And you could do this, Jimmy, because if you don't do this, then the people with terminal cancer won't be saved.
Interesting phone call, Lafayette. How was your Thanksgiving?
I'll give you, like I said, it's Indian Genocide Day, but a bunch of Indians massacred here back in the day. But one more thing about the white lady, what she actually is kind of bizarro mantis. She has access to the hive mind of the mantis who have been abducting experiencers. So she could also read your mind. She knows right now, because you're an experiencer and a lot of your audience is, that I'm trying to help her.
Interesting.
So that's why they want to keep her quiet, because she knows all their plans to, drive us. Basically, you were talking about the collective unconsciousness determines the UFO experience to some extent, according to Young.
I do. Well, I mean, again, I have said that. Young said that. John Keel has said that. I believe that many researchers after
Sure, Dr. Lee as well.
Yeah. You got some weird.
It's not just a cultural lens; it affects the phenomena as well. So the phenomena also wants to change our collective unconsciousness, because that determines what kind of aliens can get here. Because it's a multiverse, and they come in many permutations. Like John Teeter says, when he gets into that barbershop, gets in his time machine, it's like a barbershop mirrors. There's infinite numbers. The same thing happens when an alien civilization gets into their space armada. There's an infinite number of ones of different alien groups coming. In one direction, they're good. In the other direction, they're evil. And that's just a relative term.
Very interesting. You always give me a lot to think about, Lafayette. And I want
I got you on a mission now, Jimmy. If you don't, people will die. I guess I got to appeal to your conscience, otherwise known as Rita.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure, man. That's a lot of pressure.
That's what I do, but it's only a 10-minute phone call.
Have a great night and enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving weekend, Lafayette. Thank you so much, my friend.
Fade to black.
Fade to black right there. And Lafayette, man. Yeah, I mean, heavy thoughts. I don't know. I haven't talked to Chris Bledsoe in a while, but maybe it's about time we get him back on the show. Every Easter we've missed with Chris to get the updates. But yeah, I think we need to get him back on the show. Okay, caller, before I bring you in, turn me down in the background. Just telling you right now, turn me down in the background. You can hear me. I can see me in the background. Let's see what happens. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? See? What did I just say? See, you got to turn me down in the background. Caller, turn me down in the background. You're live on Fade to Black. Okay, all right. See, you got to be ready to go. You hear my voice, you've got to be ready to go. As soon as you hear my voice, go. It's go time, like this next caller. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, Jimmy, how's it going? It's Drew.
Hi, Drew. How are you?
Good, brother. How are you?
It's Thanksgiving, man. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, man. Guess what? I had salmon today.
Well, if that's
I wasn't gonna call in tonight, but I heard you say something about salmon. I was like, man, I gotta call in.
Yeah, if that's what you need, then you just go ahead and do it.
It was wonderful, man.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. What's going on, Drew?
It was wonderful.
Thank you for
nothing much, brother.
Thank you for the books and the feather. I want to let you know.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Can't wait to get your feedback on those.
And you will. So what's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Nothing much, brother. Just wanted to call in, wish everybody happy holidays. However you're celebrating, the days and weeks and months ahead. Just try to remember that feeling, like to be around family that you have and gratitude. Just try to have that every day, have it as your everyday baseline.
Yeah, you know what? It's so funny. I remember when I was a kid. I'm not a kid, but I was like 21, 22. I used to say that I wanted Thanksgiving dinner every day. I used to say that, 21, 22, long-haired rock and roller, and I would, why don't we just have Thanksgiving dinner every day? Let's just get everybody together and do this every single day. And
why not?
Why not? The movement never caught on, but I certainly talked about it. And there was another thing that around the same time, I was like 21, 22 in my band. And I said to my band, I've never seen confused faces like this before. But I said to them, why don't we, instead of having a concert at night, why don't we play in the morning when everybody's fresh and we have breakfast and we have a big rock concert at 8 a.m.? What do you say, guys? And they were like, what?
Huge cup of coffee.
They were like, what? And I thought it was just a great idea. It never caught on, Drew. It just never caught on.
Never caught on.
No, kind of like
Maybe it will now.
Kind of like salmon for Thanksgiving dinner. It's a movement. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere.
Well, I'm kind of, kind of little Native American in my belief system. So turkey, I just couldn't do it. I had to eat salmon today. That's kind of the basis behind it.
If that's what works for you. Stacy Herrick, she sent me some pictures earlier today. We're doing brisket. And I was like, good for you. Good, right on. Have fun.
Really, it's about being together and eating a meal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But really, the gratitude, that's the key to manifestation. Is to give gratitude to something that is you're looking for before it gets there, and then the universe has to fall in line. So this day, giving thanks is, give thanks every day, and whatever you feel thankful for today, try doing it tomorrow, and try to get in the habit of it, doing it every day, and see how your life changes.
Yep, that's right.
That's my 2 cents today, Jimmy, and I appreciate you. Great hanging out with you a few weeks ago. That was awesome, and I appreciate you a lot, brother.
I'll talk to you, Drew. Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
You too, man. Have a good one.
That is the one and only Drew Banke stopping by. And there was a picture taken of Drew and I, and he posted it, or maybe he sent it to me. And I didn't remember this particular picture being taken, but it's awesome. I mean, the two, and it's not on my camera. Right. I don't have it on my camera. So I don't know who took it at that moment. Maybe it was Brad. I don't know. But it was just an awesome picture. And I've got to get it posted up there for everybody to see. But, yeah, it was really cool. And happy Thanksgiving, Drew. All right, let's see who is up next. Happy Thanksgiving. You're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Happy Thanksgiving. It's Bernadette.
Hi, Bernadette. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Right on. Did you have a good Thanksgiving dinner?
I did.
Right on.
I did.
That's all that matters.
I called in to tell you a story, a funny story.
Let's go.
It wasn't funny at the time, but it's funny now. 'Cause about several months ago, you had a gentleman on. I think his name was Ronnie Dawson.
Yes.
He was talking about he had his way with the lioness,
Mm-hmm.
and you were laughing at him, and you said he took one for the team or something.
Right, I
did. Yeah, and then he was talking about, I don't know what he was talking about, some 16-inch penis statue or something.
Right.
Anyhow, I had listened to the show, and I laid down after the show. That was towards the end, and I laid down, and I was getting ready to go to bed, and I said to myself, every so often I always have a dream that I'm being abducted by aliens. So I get in bed, and I cover up, and I make a joke out loud. I said, gee, all the times you guys abducted me, I said, you never showed me a 16-inch penis, and I started to laugh because I thought it was funny.
Right.
So somewhere in the middle of the night, I hear this loud noise.
Okay.
And it was,
hey, Bernadette. Bernadette, you're going to keep this. You're going to keep this clean for the audience, right?
There's nothing dirty in it.
Okay. All right.
Anyhow, I hear this loud noise, and I go into sleep paralysis. I can't move.
Right.
So I start. So this is like a real dream to me. It's like one of those real. I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "I'm being abducted by aliens." I said, "Oh my God!" And I'm crying. I'm hysterical. I said, "Please don't hurt me. Whatever you do, please don't hurt me. Oh my God, I'm being abducted." I'm crying. I said, "You guys have advanced technology. Anything, help me. Just don't hurt me." So then all of a sudden in my dream, I'm able to move again, and I get up. And I start crying. I said, I said, I can't take one for the team. I said, I'm not like that, man. I start crying, and I'm hysterical. And I said, you know whose fault this is, don't you? I said, it's Jimmy Church's fault. I said, that's whose fault it is. I said, Jimmy Church. And then I start still crying, and then I woke up, and I sat on the edge of the bed, and I said, I was just joking. I said, you guys leave me alone. And I went back to bed. So I thought that was fun. It wasn't funny at the time because it felt real.
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah, that, and well, I'm sorry for the disappointment, though. But the thing is this, when Ronnie is just sharing his experience. And I remember many years ago when Ronnie's story first got out, it was 10 years ago, maybe longer, 20 years ago. I can't remember now. But I read everything. I saw the pictures that were posted. And to finally meet Ronnie in person, and which I got to hang out with him for a few days. It was awesome, maybe a week. He is such a grounded, funny guy, and that just wants to just share his story. And to get him on the air. Now, the story is, it lasted for a long time. Him working in the oil fields and the contact and the things that he saw. But the other stuff, right, with the lioness alien lady and what was going on, and his wife was there. It's I don't want to say he makes it funny. You know what I mean? It's
actually,
he is able to make you comfortable inside of a very uncomfortable situation. And Ronnie just made me laugh. And I remember live And I think who was in the front row? Oh! I remember now, Bernadette. Barbara Lamb is sitting in the front row as he's telling the 16-inch story. And I came out after that, and I'm looking at Barbara, and she was looking at me, and she was smiling. And I just thought, okay, Ronnie's able to do this, to communicate this story out to everybody and not have it be, like an alien.
He sounded sincere.
Oh, he's very sincere.
I believe he was.
Yeah.
I believed him.
Yep. Yeah.
But that dream had got to me, and the next day I told my family, I said, I think I was abducted by aliens last night, and they said, you got to stop listening to those shows at night, Mom. They're getting to you.
Hey, Bernadette, happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for sharing that with us. Absolutely awesome. Bernadette out there in Pennsylvania. And, wow, I haven't... See, this is why I'm here tonight hanging out with all of you. Right there. That just makes it all so special right there. Bernadette. 16-inch alien penis. Yep. It actually happened on this show. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Happy Thanksgiving. Who's calling?
Absolutely awesome.
Oh, turn me down in the background. Okay. All right. See, am I going to do this with all of the callers tonight? Is that what is going to happen to me? Is that what's going on? Okay, let me try this. Let's see. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Oh, man. Let me try this. I'm just going down the line now. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Okay, you got to turn me down. You're live.
Bernadette?
You're live. Who's this? Okay.
Oh, no, this is Epiphonium.
Okay. Hi, Epiphonium. Thank you for turning me down in the background.
I had a great time listening to Bernadette. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. I saw we went down to talk to my dad and mom that are 90 years old and hung out with them. That is the best thing in the world.
That's perfect. Did you have dinner?
Yeah, we did. It wasn't like we used to have in the past where, like a big old turkey cooking and everything, but it was actually awesome. It was great.
Yeah, that's and so cool to spend it with family and I don't know, I'm 58, right? I don't know how many years I have left. I don't. Is it 12? Is it 5? Is it 20? But man, if I make it to 90, that means I've got another I could have 30 more years on this planet. How wonderful would that be? Man.
I'm 65.
Right.
So I enjoy every moment that I have.
That's it. That's
with my old parents.
Yeah, man, that is just wonderful. That is just wonderful. So congratulations to them, right? I mean,
yeah.
If I get the opportunity to have a 90th birthday, oh man,
yeah.
Oh, I mean, life is good. Life is good. So there you go. What else is on your mind?
Nothing really.
Okay. How's the chat room tonight? Are they behaving over there?
Oh yeah. They're all no weird things or nothing.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Epiphonium. I got to get to a break here. And
hey man, great show. Love this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Now go chop somebody just for Thanksgiving. Just do it because.
Oh, just for the heck of it.
Yeah. Pick somebody out.
I will.
Okay. I'll
Thank
talk to
you.
you. All right, Epiphonium. Have a good night, man. It's time to fade to black. Epiphonium. Thank you so much. And I was thinking earlier, I don't remember specifically what year this was, but we burned a turkey. We did. And I can't remember specifically. All I remember is we had to throw it out. And I cut into it. It was black. And I cut into it. So I'm thinking, okay, we'll just cut the black off. Cut the black off. We'll get into it. And no, the turkey was ruined. And the thing was that the carbon burnt was now inside of the turkey meat. You could taste it. And it wasn't smoked turkey. It was burnt. And we had to throw the turkey away. I can't remember. I remember looking at it. I remember pulling, and I was like, how do we let this happen? Right? And, you leave the turkey in, for 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever it is. But the house filled full of smoke. I went in, opened it up, and it was, this big turkey was now this big and black, crusted, charcoal. And that is a true story. I can't remember how it went down, when or where. I just have the memory of this. I think it was about 20 years ago. There you go. Let's take a break. We got to get that in. It's Thursday night. It's Fader Night. Fader Night Thanksgiving. That's right. Lots of calls on hold. I'll get to everybody. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse. KUNX-DB. VX.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to wtih.com. That's wtih.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to wtih.com. That's wtih.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to wtih.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's wtih.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
When you're in the house for longer periods of time, you can see them flying or running across the floor. Ooh, yuck. They're unhealthy, gross, and disgusting. Bugs. I loathe bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. On contact, it kills hidden bugs, including ants, roaches, and fleas. Plus, Orange Guard is a residual repellent. All of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally recognized as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard, available at orangeguard.com, Whole Foods, and Ace Hardware.
Gold loves chaos, uncertainty, and disarray. History shows us what gold does when people aren't sure about the government, the stock market, their jobs, or their retirement savings. Our national debt is skyrocketing. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against inflation and a stock market that might take years to recover. So what can you do right now to protect yourself? Call United Gold Group. We offer gold and other precious metals delivered securely within 72 hours. Are you worried about the stock market? We can also help you set up a real gold or silver IRA or a 401k. Safe and secure. United Gold Group makes gold ownership affordable. Call now and get up to $2,500 in free gold or silver with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit unitedgoldgroup.com.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. A very special Fadernight Thanksgiving. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'm just hanging out with my Fadernight family tonight after Thanksgiving dinner. And I want to hear from all of you. 747-228-2051. And I half expected Race Hobbs to call in tonight. And he hasn't. And I'm very surprised. And he's supposed to be manning the boards and listening to this show. And I've now texted him twice. 2 different formats of text, by the way. And I haven't heard back. I think Race is taking a nap. That tryptophan, I don't know what's going on. Race is, he's got the console in front of him. He's in, the KUNX mothership. And he's just like, probably listening to the show and has drifted off. But I'm pretty surprised about that. And now, also, 747-228-2051. I had 2 callers that I put back on hold that weren't listening to the show. And we call that in the industry letting them simmer, right? You let them simmer. So I've let this call now simmer for 37 minutes. And now let's go back. Let's see. You ready? Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Happy Thanksgiving. You're live. And so I'm going to let them simmer. Now let's go to the other one. And I think I've got them simmering right here. And they've been simmering for 24 minutes and 43 seconds. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Happy Thanksgiving. You're live. You're live. Right now. I can hear it in the background. I'm going to let it simmer. Now go to the... Oh, man. That is hilarious to me. So we'll come back to them in the next break, in the next segment, and let's let them simmer for another hour. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, Jimmy. It's Deb. I wasn't simmering. I just called in at 9.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Oh, well, no, I heard you plug into the other person.
You've been on hold for 12 minutes and 22 seconds.
And I appreciate that, honey. Thank you so much, and happy Thanksgiving to you and the Fadernaughts.
Did you say honey? Okay.
It's Thanksgiving. I'm allowed to call you honey on Thanksgiving because everything is extra sweet.
Okay. Okay. How was your Thanksgiving dinner?
Too much of it. Too much of it.
Well, it's supposed to be.
Very delicious.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, well, I went to my cousin's house, and they won't let me. They have all the basics there. Everybody does the basic cooking. We all bring our specialties, but they won't let me in the door unless I bring two things. And mine is an extra special thing. I take my lasagna because I like extra dishes, and I took my karaoke machine. And the karaoke machine is very effective because it distracts us from talking about politics, religion, and COVID. And so
works.
it was very effective.
Yeah.
And we had two groups. My cousin just got this house last year in El Dorado Hills, and it's incredible. The upstairs is his man cave, and he literally has a bar and like a sit-in theater up there. So I got them, half of them were up there watching The Observers. I got them all hooked up, and the other half of us were downstairs doing karaoke. And so it was a lot of fun, So when the film was done, I checked in with them all, and half of them were like, actually, I'd say 70% of them were like really digging it, wanted to see it again, a lot of comments, and really interested. The other 30% were kind of rolling their eyes, and it didn't really change their opinion on anything. But hey, I made a dent, I made some progress, and I was really happy about that.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Exposure, like you said, exposure.
Yeah,
about exposing people to the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. And how many? When you say it, how many watched the movie? 5, 6,
10.
10? So
10.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that'll make a dent.
Absolutely. Yeah, and these are people that are out there in the world networking. I mean, they're very busy people. They have contact with a lot of people. And so the ones that it really made a dent, those are people that are going to go talk to other people.
Yeah,
and those are the ones I really wanted to expose, to this film, because they're open to these topics. They're not really into them, but they're open to them. So that was the group I really wanted to get them up there and get them watching it. And then the ones I knew wouldn't be interested, we're all downstairs doing our karaoke thing. I always have to get them started too. And there's always that one person that, they're a little shy about singing. They have a few glasses of wine. Then you get them up there and then you can't get the mic away from them.
So you mean the microphone, not the microwave?
The microphone.
Oh, yeah.
The microphone. Take the mic away from them because then they don't want to stop singing. And everyone's like, next, get the hook.
So what song did you sing?
Oh, God. How Do I Live? Leanne Rimes version. Because I've got tracks. I've got CDD tracks with the accompaniment and everything, just like the regular performance track. So that's what I take. I take my CDs so that we have everything. Carpenters, Beatles, all the most popular karaoke. I've got a ton of selections. So they wanted me to do that one. So I did How Do I Live? I like that one.
Oh, yeah. I'm not familiar with that song.
Are you kidding me?
No, I have no idea. Why don't you sing it for everybody right now?
I'm not in voice anymore, honey. I'm so hoarse.
Okay. All right.
But the group song that we all did that I got them going is Rock the Boat. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. I got them all going on that one. That was our group song. That was fun.
Yeah. Who sang that song?
God, I can't remember.
Rock the Boat.
I can't remember.
I can't remember who sung that
Google
either.
it.
Google it. That's cheating.
Oh, you cheat all the time. Don't give me that. You cheated the night we had our trivia quiz. Don't kid me.
I never
You've got
cheat.
Google right there at your fingertips.
But it was, I know who it was.
Who?
The Hughes Corporation.
There you go. That's it. Jimmy, why don't you sing some of that for us?
No, not
Right
gonna
now.
do it. Not gonna do it. Not
Well,
gonna do it.
oh, all right. So let me ask you a personal question.
A
Now that I have
personal
you on the air, I have
question. Okay.
a super personal question, and I'm willing to answer this question first because I never ask someone to do something that I'm not willing to do. My favorite dish is all year that I look forward to is, if I could only pick one side dish, it's stuffing and gravy. What's yours?
Man, you know what though? It would be too political to say all of them because they all go together. I don't know if I could have a Thanksgiving meal. I think I would be bent out of shape if there was no green bean casserole. I would be bent out of shape if there was no cranberries. I would be bent out of shape if there was no stuffing. I would be bent out of shape if there was no mashed potatoes and gravy. The turkey is you don't even need to bring that up. So they all kind of hit me about the same. So favorite side dish? I think it's a tie.
If you could only pick one.
No. Then I'm not eating. I'm walking away. I'm walking away. Walking away. You can't do that. No. I'll pout.
I would pout too. But I like the way that you and Schrader last night when you guys were saying, I start with mashed potatoes, put them on the plate and build from there. And you're like, yeah, like a pot pie. I do the same thing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
That's the way you do your plate.
Yeah.
You can't segregate and separate. You just pile it all on, mix it into a big mess and enjoy it. And it's so delicious. The disadvantage I had today is I've been laying off carbs for several months now. Really low carb and no sugar at all in my diet. And so this was like shock in my body today and I was ready for it. But boy, I just feel like, a ton of lead tonight. I'm just like, okay, tomorrow I'm looking forward to getting back on my program because today was like carb overload and I loved every bite of it. It was so good, but oh my God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody does the same thing the day after Thanksgiving. And, after you work through, the leftovers, because honestly, there is nothing better than a turkey sandwich with mayo, slice of Swiss cheese, some leftover cranberry sauce, some salt and pepper. And just bite into that. But then it's the third day or the second day after Thanksgiving, you got to start behaving again. Happy Thanksgiving, Deb. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Same to you, Jimmy. And what I'm thankful for is you, Fade to Black, and of course, my lovely Fader Naughties. Good night, everybody. Good night, Fader Nuts. Love you all.
Right on, Deb. And thank you for that. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't know. I think I would pout. If I was, stuck with without one of those magic ingredients. You couldn't have Thanksgiving dinner without cranberry sauce. You couldn't do it. You couldn't have it without gravy. You couldn't have it without stuffing. You couldn't have it without green beans. You couldn't with mashed potatoes. You couldn't. They all go together, and they all get covered in gravy and pepper. Yeah. All right, I'm putting you on hold. You stay right there. I'm going to get to you. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Let's see. I'm doing this like that. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, Jimmy.
Yes. Who's this?
Oh, I thought I was going to be here for 15 minutes waiting.
Well,
no,
okay.
My name is Jackie.
Your name is what?
My name is Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
I am on the San Juan Islands, way up on the Washington coast.
Right.
And
yes.
And you mentioned in your introductory to the phone call, go Blecky Teppy. That's what first alerted me to your broadcast. Probably about June or July is when I found you.
Okay.
And so I have been creating a long list. I could never get your phone number. You would say it so fast, and I'm old, and anyway. So tonight I made an effort to find your phone number, and I had already memorized the first 6 digits. So I got it. I mean, this is just unbelievable.
Yeah, well, you got through. How was your Thanksgiving today?
Well, it was different. I spoke to all my kids all over the West Coast using FaceTime.
Oh, right on. How many kids? How many kids, Jackie?
My first 2 were twins born in 1963.
Right.
That tells about how old I'm about as old as your mom.
Yeah, that would be. I was born in 63, so your math is correct there, Jackie.
So what was special about that year that lady talks about?
What's that?
Her birth chart. The luckiest birth chart.
Yeah, that's Serena. She's amazing. I have to take her at her word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's an astrologer, right?
Yeah, but hold on. Okay, so twins, and then how many other kids?
Then I had another child, another boy, and then we traveled for 2 years and came to Oregon, and I had another child, a girl.
So 4.
I have 4.
That's
and
amazing.
I have 8 grandchildren and now a whole bunch of great grandkids.
That's a lot of FaceTime, Jackie. That's a lot of FaceTime.
It is. It was wonderful. And because of Facebook, I'm 6 hours away from where all my kids are. And nobody can either afford to come all the way up here, or it's too much to go where they are, or whatever. So we just stayed home. Besides, we've had terrible weather up here. I mean, it's just wet all the time.
Well,
we've got more coming.
But that's what happens when you live up there. You knew that before you got there. You knew that. Everybody talks about the rain and the weather and stuff.
Hard.
But that
November. Hey, how is it that you're able to do this program and make a move recently? When did you move out to Palmdale?
4 months ago. August. Let's see. August, September, October, end of November. About 4 months ago.
I don't remember hearing anything about you making a move. You either had a lot of helpers or you're just a smooth mover.
Or maybe it's both. Maybe it's both. But yeah, I love it out here. I love the Pacific Northwest. I used to vacate. I used to go up there all the time, and I spent a lot of time in Seattle. Same thing with Portland. And this is the funny thing. All the trips up there, and I would stay on Bainbridge Island. It never rained. It was like, I don't know what everybody's talking about. It's beautiful up here. And
I know. Yeah. When it isn't raining, it's beautiful. It is. I just came here kind of unexpectedly, but actually it was after a 2-year cross-country trip with our kids. We were I was living in Santa Barbara, but we needed to leave. It was just time to leave. I just knew in my 1960-ish guts it was time to go. Well, we settled in Oregon, and we leased an old farmhouse on acres and acres, and that's where I raised my kids, and it was great. And Oregon was wonderful. But my mom bought a property up here on Orcas Island, and she needed help, and so I came, but I never left. It was just like, when you get a sign and signals, when you connect with something that's just right, and the eagles fly and you get a rainbow and all these magical things happen. I just have never left, and now my Oregon buddy partner is up here with me, and he did everything I wished for Thanksgiving, and it was great.
That's just it's just wonderful, Jackie.
Still there?
Now, let me ask you something though. So you found Fade to Black, and that's great. Are you a contactee? Have you seen anything strange in the skies?
No, but my dad used to talk about Bigfoot all the time.
Right.
And he introduced that concept to my kids. So my kids hang up at ape caves and all around. I don't know. I just never did not believe. But I've just had no kind of contact. But yeah, I mean, I'm just open to it all. But no, I'm not a contactee. We've twice now almost made it to Laughlin. We've never talked about flying away to an expensive weekend anywhere, but I wanted to come. I really wanted to come this last time. I saw you. My vision was you standing at the top of the stairs, I think in your blue and gold, greeting everybody. It stuck in my mind, and but anyway, I had appointments that I had waited for weeks. I needed to go do that. So, but there'll be another one, obviously.
Yeah, there will. You've got to come hang. You've got to come hang out with us. It's so much fun, Jackie, and everybody around you is not open mind is one thing, but everybody's just on this quest for knowledge and everybody just wants to talk and hang out, and it's such a friendly, warm atmosphere. And every time that I go to a conference, I just feel like I'm at home with family, because you know as well as I do, if you're out with a bunch of normies, right, you can't talk about things, right? You got to talk about normal stuff.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And you go to these conferences and you can just let it all hang out in the breeze. Whatever it is.
Yeah, you know what? One of my first comments from my partner when he began listening, he says, "Oh, I like Jimmy Church." And then later on, I wondered, how did you know about Jimmy Church? And I didn't. But you know what he told me? He said, "You're a Fadernight. You're a Fadernight." And I hadn't given any thought about really what that was. But that's what you're talking about, I think.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. And look, when you're at the for me, and I see the T-shirts walking around, that's cool. And that's great. And I love that. And the Fadernauts love to wear their colors, and that's cool. It's the others that come up, like yourself, that are there to meet the other Fadernauts, and they've heard the names, and they've seen stuff on the internet and things. But then they go to these conferences, and then when they meet, it's like family. Right? Everybody knows everybody's business, right? They know. And
where else that happens is the rainbow gatherings. In the 60s and 70s, I attended rainbow gatherings.
Did you really? I said, did you wear clothes?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right.
I had a couple of things that I had on my list that I remember that I wanted to tell you. I mean, I had questions for you like crazy, but the more I listen, the more things unfold, like the Göbekli Tepe. Well, then you told me how somebody in your life has a background in Armenian, is it, or Turkey?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. And you kind of explained how, you weren't saying too much more about, you weren't using that as frequently.
Right.
So that was one thing. The first question I ever wrote down is, who is Rita?
Who is Rita? Rita, I was with for the last 20 years. We're no longer together, though.
Did that happen pretty recently then? This summer?
About a year ago, February. So, and we're in November. So, yeah, that's why I'm in. That's why I'm in Palmdale.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was at the top of the list because I just went because suddenly there was no more mention.
Yep.
And then I started picking up that wherever you were going, things it sounded like you were pretty much on your own.
And see, and this is what is great. You heard that this is a family. This is a family, and we're all in this journey together. And I appreciate those questions, and that just means that you listen to the show. Do you want to? What do you make of Jackie? I've only got 60 seconds. Then I have to head to a break. Are you surprised about how society today is suddenly okay with UFOs and talking about it?
No, because it seems like it's always been a part of my life. No, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. It's
okay, I've got something important to tell you before you got to go.
Okay, 30. Okay. I only have 30 seconds, Jackie.
Remember, I'm talking to Jimmy Church. Be quiet. He just came up from upstairs.
Okay.
Do I have time to tell you about a book?
Can you do it in 30 seconds?
I'll try.
Okay,
hey, you mentioned the one about Tibet. What was it called? You just talked about it the other night. The movie that you saw, the old movie.
Oh, Lost Horizon. Lost Horizon.
Lost Horizons. Yes, I bought a book a year ago. I still haven't read it because for some reason I quit reading. But there's another book I think you might want to read, and it's called... Let me put my glasses on here. I can actually email this for you, too. A Step Away from Paradise, a Tibetan Lama's journey to a land of immortality. And I read about it, I heard about it somewhere, and I had to have it because that was a movie. I must have seen it as a teenager. I loved that movie.
Well,
I love that movie. And it's so interesting that you talked about the music in it, because I remember earlier you were talking about how you do not like the musicals. And then I thought, I got to ask Jimmy, did he ever see, now my mind's gone blank.
It's okay.
Brigadoon.
Oh, Brigadoon, of course.
You like that?
Listen, I just wrote it down. A Step Away from Paradise. I'm going to look it up, Jackie, just because you said it was great. And
I haven't read it yet, but the sounding of it, and it's crazy. I wanted it for my birthday, and I bought it special, and I've been on a weird thing lately that I just haven't been able to read or use my mind like I normally do. I think it's I don't think it's aging. I think it's the shift that we're going through. Climate change, who knows? But it's there. But my book is somewhere here on the bookshelf, and I'm going to read it. But I as soon as you talked about Last Horizon, I thought I got to tell Jimmy about this book.
Thank you, Jackie. Hey, Jackie. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. I've got to get to a commercial break, but this is the call.
I'm so delighted that you picked up right when you did. I thought I was going to wait a real long time.
This is the call of the year.
This is a special Thanksgiving. Yeah.
The call of the year, Jackie.
I've been on the radio. I listened to World War II sitting on my immigrant grandfather's lap, listening to the radio. And I've been listening to the radio ever since. So that's a long time. But
have a great night. Thank you, Jackie.
When I came up here, I found Art Bell. because I was driving between up here and Portland late at night, and it would come on. Oh, my God. So that set the course. Okay, happy Thanksgiving to you, too. I'm glad you're happy in Palmdale, and thank you again for picking up when you did.
Thank you, Jackie. And give my best to your significant other who was upstairs. And happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he's right here. What do you say when it's ending?
What?
What do you say? What do you say to Jimmy Clark?
What's cracking?
What's cracking?
There he is.
You guys have a great night. Thank you so much, Jackie.
Thank you, Jimmy.
That's the phone call of the year right there. Thank you, Jackie. That was absolutely perfect. Perfect! That's why I am doing Fadernight Thanksgiving right there. Jackie from the islands up in Washington. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. More of your phone calls are next. Stay with me.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at jimmychurchradio.com.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNXDB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app. Free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. Very special Fadernight Thanksgiving with all of you. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. I'm also so humbled with this audience, this family, the Fadernauts. You guys are the best. Jackie, you rock. I hope you're still listening. That was the call of the year right there, man. I got nothing. I got nothing. That's why I am here tonight, to get a call like that. That was just amazing. I got nothing. That was awesome, man. Jackie rocks. Jackie rocks. Oh, man. FaceTime all my kids today. What's cracking? That was perfect. That was perfect. And there you go. Let's keep the calls rolling here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Happy Thanksgiving. Who's calling?
Jimmy?
Yes.
That's Chuck in Chico, California.
This is who?
Chuck.
Chuck, how you doing, man?
Fine.
What's on
Jimmy,
your mind? Okay, you.
This is going to be the...
Go ahead,
Yes?
Go ahead, Chuck.
Okay. This is got to be... This is... What I found out will blow your mind. In fact, it's better than Y2K. If you were to Google what year was the first Thanksgiving, it would make you feel like a turkey yourself.
Okay, so what year was the first Thanksgiving?
Year.
Yeah,
first year of Thanksgiving.
So what?
Google it, and everybody will be blown away.
Okay, I'll Google it for you, Chuck. What year was the first Thanksgiving? And 1621.
400 years ago today.
Yeah, that's crazy. 400 years ago today, 1621. I did not know that. And thank you. Thank you for that, Chuck. How did you?
History lesson. I had to look it up, and I found out yesterday that it was 400 years today.
Now, why isn't everybody celebrating that?
I know. That's what blows my mind is, hey, it's the 400th year of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Come on.
Is that a quad centennial?
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, quad centennial. Wow, 400 years. Wow, that's nuts. That's nuts. How was your Thanksgiving, Chuck?
Oh, it was great. I was invited over with some friends, and their youngest daughter cooked the whole dinner, and it was great. I mean, the turkey was great. The bean casserole was excellent.
It's such a key component, man, and such a key component.
Yep.
Bean casserole. Yeah, and I love it when it's cooked right. It's got to have those basic ingredients: Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, the French onion crumbles on the top. You know, it's just got to be that basic thing, and it's just so good. So good.
And the onion crisps weren't soggy. They were crisp. It was delicious.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Chuck. Hey, man, happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for that. I had no idea it was the quad centennial. Wow, that is nuts. 1621, 400 years. Wow, that's crazy. Have a great night, Chuck. It's time to fade to black, man. Thank you so much.
Fade to black. You bet.
Right on. And quad centennial. I mean, who knew? I did not know that. I truly, straight up, did not know that. 1621. I Googled it myself. Right there. Okay. What a very special Fader night tonight. And let's keep the calls rolling. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Happy Thanksgiving. Who's calling? You're live.
Hello?
Yes, you're live right now. You're on the air.
This is me? Hey, yeah. Jimmy, sorry.
Oh, no, this isn't Jimmy. This is the call screener. Do you want to talk to Jimmy?
Yeah, I know it's your voice.
Okay, not by...
I haven't never called a radio station before, and I knew when I was going to, it had to be with you, man.
All right. What's your name?
This is Louise, and I'm calling from Browns Mills, New Jersey.
Right on.
And I kind of, I think, Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. I have what I think is a UFO story.
Ooh.
Okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense? All right.
Okay.
And you're kind of involved in it, kind of, sort of, Jimmy.
Okay. This is getting better by the minute. Okay, what do you got? What do you got, Louise?
All right. Well, all right. In March 2018, it was. I like UFOs. I'm into all of that. My family, they just deal with me. Oh, okay, Mom likes them, whatever. That being said, I'm sitting at home one night, and my son texts me. He left to go out somewhere. Mom, I think I just saw a UFO. And he's not the type of person that would... He could care less about that sort of thing. I said, oh, really? You know, I'm thinking, is it a shooting star, fireworks, whatever? What he described to me was that it went straight down, it stopped, and then it went on a diagonal, and it was doing all of this weird stuff. And I asked him where it was, and it turns out when he left our home, he went down the road, say, and made a left. He saw this thing, and he made a left and kept on going. He says, not far from where we live. So I hop in my car, and I just go down the street and make a turn. Like I said, I'm in Browns Mills, New Jersey, and we're right by McGuire Air Force Base, Fort Dix, that kind of thing.
Right.
And I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I get in the car, and I'm looking in the sky. Okay, there's the moon. I'm not stupid. I check. Oh, Venus is way over there. And I see this. All of a sudden, I see a big white round light. And the thing is, I live by a lake, and there's a winding, snaky kind of a road. If I were to go down the road where this light was, it would have been maybe a mile and a half. And it was huge. It looked like it was on the road. So I didn't go down there. I pulled over my car, and I got out with my cell phone, and I don't know, stupid, I should have taken a video. I'm clicking with my cell phone, and I have my regular digital camera. Nothing ever looks like it should with those pictures. It looked like a little dot. But at least I got the data on my camera. I know what it was, right? And The thing is, I almost wanted so bad to drive up to it. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I don't want to get abducted. I got my slippers on. I got my pajama bottoms on and half of my clothes on the top. I don't want to get abducted in my slippers.
Not a good idea.
I was thinking all of this weird, crazy stuff.
Right.
So a car pulls up next to me, but they hung a right and went the opposite way. So I'm watching this thing, and it's not moving. It is such a bright ball of light, and it's dark out already. It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So what am I going to do? So I just turned around, and I came back home. And all the while, I still see this light, and I'm looking through the trees. We have a lot of woods here. And that's kind of where the story ended there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so after my son telling me that, and the way it happened, he says, well, maybe that was a UFO. He didn't describe a big white ball in the road like that. He saw something shoot and hang a right in exactly where I wound up.
Right.
So, so I'm like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool, but something told me, no, Louise, don't you go down there. Okay, fast forward 6 months. I'm always listening to podcasts, what have you. I decided to tune into this guy called Jimmy Church on Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
And people are calling in. The very first person that calls your show, hi, I'm so-and-so from Browns Mills, New Jersey, and that kind of caught my ear. I don't hear too many people talking about my town.
Right.
And he says, going back a few months, I was outside of my driveway. I'm kind of paraphrasing what the guy was doing. I was outside of my driveway doing work on my car, blah, blah, blah. and all of a sudden this big, round, white ball came in front of me in the road.
I remember that. I remember that.
You remember that call?
I do.
am so glad you remember that call because I would love to know more about this guy, Jimmy.
Right.
So, okay. So I'm glad you remember because he says, big round ball. And I'm looking at it and I don't know what it is. And then and I don't know if it was his wife or his mother. Someone told him, he said, come in the house in 15 minutes and eat dinner or what have you. He says, the next thing I know, I wake up, I'm laying in my garage and my wife, my mother, whoever, said, where you been? You were supposed to come in 15 minutes ago. He says, yeah, it's been 45 minutes. Paraphrase, to something to that effect.
Right.
And I'm like, holy shit. I would love to know if that time frame that he's speaking of was the same night that Louise saw that big white ball and something told Louise, don't go down there.
This is the thing, Louise, when people call in and tell about, the story, the encounter, the event, I always say, anybody out there on that night, call into the show and let us know. And it has happened a few times, and it's happened now with you. And look, that part of New Jersey where McGuire is, Fort Dix, that whole area around Fort, that's all forest and hills and wooded.
It's the Pine Barrens.
Yeah, Pine Barrens. And people picture New Jersey, I think, very incorrectly most of the time. They're thinking about Manhattan. They think about New York. And once you get outside of the urban areas of New Jersey, it is rolling hills, forest, and remote, right? And
absolutely. It is a garden state, and I've lived in New Jersey all my life, north, middle, and south. And you would think it's two different states sometimes, north to south.
No, totally, 100%. And New Jersey is also bigger than what most people think. But here's the deal. If he's talking about that very specific area, we're not talking about an urban, and right? And what that area is like. And if he's seen this and it's similar to and it's in the same town, what does that tell you? Well, one, the event actually happened. Now,
and the time frame, if it wasn't for me taking that picture, so I'm pretty sure what I saw was around March or something. And when I listened to your show,
right,
for some reason I have the month of September in my head because it was in the fall when I heard this guy. And I'm glad you remembered it.
Yeah, and but my question is, Louise, before I let you go,
yeah,
what kind of slippers? I just have to ask. I just want to know. I just want to know, you're in your pajamas, you're in your slippers, you jump in the car. What kind of slippers?
They were the kind that if you had to run outside, they had nice rubber on the bottom so you didn't mess them up. You know what I'm saying? Like LL Bean or something like that. We can wear them inside or out.
That's what I'm talking about. Louise, happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for sharing that with us.
You're very welcome, and I look forward to listening. Maybe the dude will hear us and call you again.
That's what I'm talking about, right there. Happy Thanksgiving, Louise. What a great phone call. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're the best.
Take care.
And right there, what a perfect night on Fade to Black. I remember that phone call. I remember the whole story with him. He was out in his driveway. He was working on his car. The ball of light came down. He was told to go into the house, that dinner was ready, and then he gets woken up by his wife. And what are you doing? You were supposed to be in the house. I remember that whole thing. And I'm very familiar with that part of New Jersey. And it's rolling hills. You just said a Pine Barren. It's remote. It's remote. What are the odds of the same event happening at the same time? Very cool. Now, before I go on to more phone calls, I'm going to jump over here. This one has been stewing now for 1 hour and 23 minutes. So let's go. Let's just do a check-in. You guys ready? Okay, let's see what happens. And it's now it's not. Okay, oh, I got it. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? And now I'm just going to hang up. Okay, let's see. What was the other one that was stewing? This one. Okay, here we go. This is the best. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
You guys ready? Okay, let's see
They just got hung up on. I don't have enough time to deal with that. And let's get back to the real calls. What a great, fantastic Fadernight Thanksgiving. And I do want to thank all of you. I've got time for one more call, and it's going to be this one right here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Aaron from Connecticut.
Aaron from Connecticut. How are you, man? Is that two
I'm
A's?
doing well.
Is it two A's like Aaron?
Actually, you'll never hear it spelled like this again. It's Ehren.
What is that? EHR?
German.
Is it really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So happy Thanksgiving, man.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm buying what you're selling. Ehran. Aaron. Okay. All right. There's the first time for everything, Aaron. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so I just, real quick, I just wanted to let you know that, because of your show, I met my fiance in the YouTube sandbox.
You did not. You did not.
Yep.
Did you really?
Yeah, and she's from Illinois. We didn't get to spend, the Thanksgiving together, but we talked and everything, and, everything's great, and, it's just a one-of-a-kind type chance, and because of your show.
Wow.
So I just wanted to say that and appreciate everything. And I had another quick thing. Do you know about William Tompkins at all?
I do. I do. Yes.
And have you seen any of his stuff from the Bob Wood interviews with Emery Smith at all?
A little bit, yes. A little bit.
They're very interesting. I was just curious what you think, of the information, how accurate, and it seems like he's really in the know, that guy.
Yeah, well, he's no longer with us.
Or he was.
Yeah. He's no longer with us. Look, fantastic claims, right? We need some evidence.
Right.
But with Tompkins, specifically, he tells about the meeting at the specific place in this building and who was there. And all of that, I believe, has been corroborated. And with other members of the military. And that right there always made me wonder about Bill. Now, look, he goes into his employment history, what he was doing in Santa Monica. We have the Battle of Los Angeles, and he was meeting with different aerospace and airplane companies here in Southern California. And the timing of that with everything that he has provided stands up. Now,
I feel the same way.
Yeah. Now, going beyond that, these huge ships that were built throughout the country and went to Mars and they were, built like a submarine and okay, I don't know about all of that. But the other part about it, where he has laid out the timetable for this, that all checked out. So we have to just sit back and put it in with the rest of the testimony and evidence that we have.
Watch it unfold a little more.
Yeah. I have his book. It's a great book. Very fascinating. He's a very talented artist. And for him to say that, I was able to do this stuff at a very young age and I was recruited in and all of that, his employment history and things, all of that checks out. So he's a very fascinating guy with a fascinating story, and I wish he was still around. Right now we're going through some extraordinary times, and to have Bill Tompkins here along with us and maybe to continue bringing evidence forward would have been a great thing. He passed away 2018.
A few years ago, yep.
On the eclipse, actually. Or the night before the eclipse, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like his remote viewing too. I don't know if you heard about that, and like his astral projection, like he would like travel. Like that was really fascinating too. And he was in the remote viewing with Bobby Ray Inman as well,
that I didn't know. And there's another
which was kind of a little entanglement or whatever,
Yeah. Another fascinating guy was Bobby Ray Inman, no doubt. And again, part of Forrestal, Bobby Ray Inman, and Hillenketter, and all of those guys were deeply involved in this. And how far? What did they know? And Bill Tompkins being in the middle of all of that. Again, that's what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff was corroborated, and it's a very interesting part of ufology. Well, Aaron, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving dinner today, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And thank you for being here on this very special night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jimmy. Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for having your show, man, because I met my fiance, and I'm very happy, and I'm in love with her. So,
man,
that's awesome.
That is just something that makes me feel great, and that's all I got, and give my best to her.
Yeah, I will, man, and thank you again, man. Appreciate everything.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Aaron. And that's going to wrap a very special Fadernight Thanksgiving that being able to spend it with all of you just makes it perfect. But Aaron met his fiancée in the YouTube chat room. And I know what you guys so who was he? What was her name? Who maybe we'll find out one day. But wow, what a very special night tonight. I want to thank all of you. And I'm very humbled. I'm very grateful and very thankful for this Fadernight family. Thank you so much. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and this broadcast owned and copyrighted 2021 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my weekend. I got to work, though. And I'll see you right here on Monday. You want a sneak peek? Next week on Fade to Black. Are you sitting down, kids? Jesse Ventura. That's right. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you right here on Monday. Be safe. It's time to fade to black.